Yeah.
It was a really special day.
It was also the first day you guys met.
It was the first full day
yeah,
that we
which
spent
is
together.
actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. So I only just met Garrett a few hours before, and then we meet Sammy, you know, the one who we've looked up to for almost a decade before then. I've seen Lupe. I mean, Lupe is one of my closer friends now, so I shoot free kicks with him regularly. The Copa del Rey Teamgeist, this ball is essentially non-existent on the internet. No one has ever.
So first, let's do kind of brief introduction for both of you. Maybe for people who might not watching this video might not know you guys.
Sure.
Let's start with Ben.
My name is Ben Rowe, and I specialize in soccer, football, free kick videos. I've been specializing in the knuckleball technique for 10 years now, and it's still in the making. I produce videos that go on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I work in media production as my career, and I look forward to being here today.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here.
I've also been taking free kicks for a long time. I'm in the kind of soccer free kick knuckleball community niche and have been for like over 10 years now. Post on Instagram, I do YouTube stuff too. Now it more so focuses on like visual narrative storytelling, you could say. And I met Ben in 2023 in person, but we met online, and since then we've been friends and have been meeting up to take free kicks together, and now we're having this interview with you, so yeah.
Cool.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Wanted to see how you guys first found out about knuckleball free kick. Like, how did you discover first, and what specifically kind of got you interested in it?
What specifically got me interested in it was the Freekicker's top 100 goals compilations. They would feature all creator goals. You know, they would compile them together and put them all into a single video. And there would be all types of goals being scored, from the free kicks, the volleys, in-game goals, you name it, everything's in there. What I found the most fascinating was the way the ball was moving. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I saw the ball was going up and down and left to right and right to left, and I didn't know what was going on. I was used to the curve shot, maybe backspin shot, but I saw the ball move in ways which I've never seen before. So I was fascinated by it at the age of 10 years old. I wanted to know more about it. So the first goal that I've seen was Sammy's, actually, who of course we're all aware of, and his real or fake goal with the Nike Asante ball. That was the goal that got me into it. So
the fake or real?
Yes, the real or fake goal. Yeah, since then, I've been hooked on the free kicks. I learned how to do it myself. I've connected with many others who have also done so, and now we're here.
Cool. Yeah, so I don't have like one specific memory, if I'm being honest, where it was like, oh, this is the knuckleball and now I'm into it. I think my earliest memory was, at least one of my earliest memories, it was like an accidental knuckleball I hit in my yard. I was like taking free kicks, and I don't know if I had known what the knuckleball was beforehand or if this was my first discovery, but I had this like black and green Nike ball, and I remember I was like far out. I was kicking pretty far out on my like small, goal in my front yard, and like I hit it, and from how I remember it, it was like a dead ball. Perfect, hit off the post and crossbar, didn't go in. But I think that at least had some kind of like initiating factor of my interest. And then after that point, like I was very inspired by Lucas football. That was really, I would say, maybe my biggest inspiration, like looking back, as far as like how I was editing, like wanting to get into freestyle, and of course like knuckleballs and match balls and all that. So I would say it kind of built off my own experiences, as well as like creators that were kind of bigger in the space at the time, like Knuckleball Twins as well, Freekickerz, and especially Lucas football, I'd say.
You found them before when you started your channel, right?
Yeah,
These guys.
yeah.
When do you think you started like even watching them? Was it like how many years before you started your channel?
I would say either 2013 or 14, because I know I was watching. I remember because we would go to the beach with my dad. We would go to like the same beach for his birthday, and we were there in 2014, which was like during the World Cup. And I know we were watching Argentina at the time. So I mean, maybe it's possible we started getting into watching Argentina and Barcelona first, and then Knuckleballs came second. But I would say it was probably 2013 or 14
Wow.
when I started.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Those were like the OGs
Oh yeah.
of the knuckleball.
Who would you say like the most inspired, your favorite maybe professional player that you like the most from like Knuckleball Freekicks?
The honest answer is I was way more inspired by like content creators, by like YouTubers and stuff. It's interesting, like I think like with a lot of the initial people that make content like Buddhiza or Sammy or Jolter, like a lot of them will say like Ronaldo, for instance, or Juninho was like their inspiration. And it's like, you know, before Freekickerz and all of them like kind of kicked off the niche that we're now part of, your only like access to Knuckleball Freekicks really was like through watching in-game footage. And so I think they had a bigger impact on like those earlier creators. But my personal inspiration is people like Lucas Football, Sammy, and all of them. But like if I had to name some, like obviously Juninho is crazy.
Oh yeah.
I would say that maybe there's more like individual free kicks as opposed to like a certain player they're inspiring. Like obviously I know Ben likes this one, the David Luiz free kick in the 2014 World Cup. We'll have to like overlay this one because I don't know the guy's name, maybe you do, but he hit like this speed cell, like knuckleball, swerved to the left, hit off the bar and went in. It was crazy.
How about you, Ben?
For me, it's David Luiz, no question. With this ball right here, 2014 World Cup versus Colombia, it's the goal that got me into knuckleballs. You know, equally, you know, to Sammy's, it was the goal that made me want to learn more about the knuckleball. It was amazing. The high dipping shot is my favorite. That's what I've learned to specialize in. It's what I do. So. Yeah, David Luiz definitely was my inspiration.
I'm a Chelsea fan. Do you remember if he scored any for Chelsea?
Yes, he has. Yeah, we'll overlay some real quick. He scored a few. Yeah, I wouldn't call them as magnificent as the 2014 free kick specifically, but he scored quite a few knuckleball goals for Chelsea.
It was sad to see them lose 7-1 in that World Cup.
Yeah, maybe not the best outcome afterward, but. Before they lost, this was the last thing that was remembered from Brazil.
The YouTubers, who you would say from like the YouTube knuckleball community, who your favorite or inspired you the most?
As I said before, PK17. That's label him as PK17, the OG. Yeah, that's who inspired me with. His shot, like I said, I also followed his knuckleball tutorials. That's how I learned to knuckleball. Freekickerz played a great role in that by providing more exposure to Sammy's tutorials. So I learned from there through Freekickerz, which was an amazing opportunity. So I say him. I also say HDI Football. Michael has been a great inspiration to me, and I've been watching his videos very early on, and his technique as well. Achieved the high dipping knuckleballs, which I loved. I would say them two have been my favorites.
Yeah, he's got like a very like cinematic.
Yeah, his production style is also very high quality.
Yeah.
It's sad that he's pretty much in his booth.
Yeah, it happens. Everyone has a time. They pursue it for a set period of time, and then it's a project that goes on, but eventually comes to an end. But at least we have the videos to look back on.
How long would you say, like, once you first found out like about the knuckleball, like how long would you say you kind of got really good at it? How long did it take you to process, and like what did you guys do for like master, like any specific things you did to just master it? The knuckleball technique?
The knuckleball technique, that's a good question. It takes time for one, I'll say that. To anyone who wants to learn it, it doesn't typically happen overnight. I would say it takes time. It took me months to be able to start generating some sort of what you'd call minimal rotation. The ball starts spinning less. When you start kicking at first, normally the ball will spin more because you're hitting it inaccurately. But once you learn how to hit with more, pinpoint technique, direct contact, you'll start seeing less rotation on the ball. That took a few months, but even then I lacked accuracy, I lacked consistency. Really, it was a matter of years. It's accumulation over time. It takes trial and error process. I tried out various types of techniques and styles to see what has worked for me. I would say in total, it took me about a year to a year and a half to be able to knuckleball consistently.
The timeline's hard to say. I know I got better over the course of like 2016 to 2017. I think that was when I improved the most. I think with Ben and I, maybe it's a bit kind of like unusual because we were learning when we were like 13 and 14. Like I think part of the improvement came with us developing like physically, and so we like got more power, and naturally we got better because we got older. So I think like if you're learning the knuckleball, like how long it takes to learn, it probably depends on like how old you are, like what your technique is like already. Like it kind of just depends on other things. But for me, like, as far as learning it, I know that I loved like playing soccer. Like I was very lucky to have like a great front yard. And so that's just what I did. Like I don't remember it being like this thing where, it's like, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to, think about all these different micro adjustments I need to make in order to have my technique be good. It was like very much just something that I saw like these videos of Lucas footballing and these crazy movements, and I'm like, I need to do that. And so it was just kind of like so many repeated attempts that eventually just kind of led to the technique progressing. And I feel like that's really it.
So I started my channel back in like October 2016, and I've kind of like, I didn't know anything, no like knuckleball community or any football community. It was just kind of my own, I just want to record, hopefully get some goals and, put highlights for, when we were playing pickup. But then I kind of was trying to, kind of grow the channel. And so I was trying to find, like a community, and knuckleball community was like one of the community I found. And I would start, subscribing to these guys, commentating, and I was hoping, hey, some of these guys might, come over my channel and subscribe, which a lot of these guys were doing, kind of like sub to sub, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like right. A lot of that. But I remember your channel was like one of the first I found back then.
Really?
Yeah, and you used to like talk. I remember you had like some like tutorial. You had a couple of.
Dude, I was doing anything. I have a video with a catfish. Do you know that one?
Oh yeah.
Like I did not care. Like I was doing anything at the time.
Which I kind of liked. I was like, oh, you had vlogs. You had a lot of cool stuff.
It was very like I was very reflective of my influences at the time, I'll say that. Like you can very clearly see like the PK17 influence, the Lucas football influence, like whether it be the editing, not that the influence showed up well at first, like the edits were bad, like the vlogging was bad. I have an Ohio vlog, like who vlogs Ohio?
Oh yeah.
Like, but yeah, it took time. The community's so good, but it took time to kind of like mold into a more like, a content style that reflected me, that was kind of a culmination of my influences and also like myself. But yeah, I hear what you're saying though about like the community aspect.
I've noticed like, I think it was around 2018, 19, a lot of these guys kind of just, especially like the smaller channels, they kind of stopped posting or just kind of started disappearing.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with 2019.
I would say that was the year when Freekicks dropped off. a big amount. A lot of the OG channels started just stopping. They took a break. They got busy with other things. I find that there's a pattern in those who pursued free kicks, and it typically only lasts a few years, maybe 2 to 5 years, and by that point, I find most channels drop off. It could be for various reasons. It's typically personal, like, is this what they want to pursue as a career? Are they busy with other areas in their life? Maybe they got a new job. Maybe they're, in a relationship. They, are in a new stage in their life, and because the stage of your life may only last a few years. You pursue it at a certain stage in your life, and that stage may only last a few years. And once that stage is over, you move on to new things.
But I feel like, because I remember during that time, starting, there was a lot of on YouTube they start changing the monetization. So I feel like a lot of that stuff also kind of affected a lot of these guys, because it was kind of getting harder and harder, to.
Well, the content styles shifted, and if you can't adapt to the new content styles, then it's either sink or float. You have to choose one, and the knuckleball niche is. I mean, it's so specific in its nature. It's difficult to pursue that as a financially viable option.
Yeah.
So, most of us pursue it as just a side project, the passion project, personal pursuit, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a career. I mean, you could tie it into, career aspects if you want to, but, many of us pursue it as a passion project, and some people don't tend to keep passion projects for that long.
Yeah. Well, I think it was that was a big. I felt, because even for me, because first they changed. I remember YouTube changed. You had to get 10,000 views to get the monetization, and I remember in the end of 2017, I finally got that target, but then they added another one where you had to get 1,000 subscribers or something.
That's all I was aware of. I didn't know you needed. Well, I guess I knew you needed a certain view count
and
of
that,
uncopyrighted
videos. This is impossible, because I didn't have 100 subscribers.
Next, you need 500K likes.
Yeah,
it's changed now.
So I was I think that's probably what maybe kind of especially those smaller channels. They're it's pretty much gonna be climbing a big mountain. It's impossible.
Yeah, I think with the bigger channels like Freekickerz, who influenced the community to begin with, where their careers were centered on the free kick niche, it did affect them. I think it affected channels like those, which then of course if their output kind of dwindles, then it's going to inspire less people. Or if they start changing their content style, it's going to change the smaller creators' content style. So I think it kind of had a downstream effect, probably. But I don't think that. So I do think monetization has an impact on it for sure. But I don't think that the smaller creators, at least a lot of them, even in the community that's still around, I wouldn't say monetization is the ultimate goal in a lot of those cases. I think a lot of people did it just because they found it fun. They were interested in free kicks, and they just wanted to post about it.
It was definitely shrank, but the people who stayed, I think they were pretty active and very supportive of each other during that time, especially. Mm-hmm. But for me, I think during that time, I also kind of fell out, from keeping up with the knuckleball. And then I think it was when Knuckleball Twins, when they released their podcast, because I was still subscribed to them, so it popped up on my feed.
Yeah.
And then I watched them, and I kind of got more background on everything.
Yeah. Sammy holding it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has, honestly. His longevity is unmatched.
I know, yeah. He's been
12 years now. 12 years and more, yeah.
14 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So then I kind of started getting back into it, and I remember watching your Garrett, your first video after I haven't watched you from 2017, and I was I was blown away. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And I remember I posted something on I wrote a comment like, man, you're getting better or something like that.
And then your dad replied, your dad's like, getting better, he's getting like going.
Oh, I do remember that comment. I forgot that was you who commented it.
But at first I didn't know, it was your dad. So I was like, what?
That was funny.
What's going on? But then I went on his account and he had the video of you, I think, catching
the fish. Yes. Yeah,
so
shout out
like,
fish.
Oh, okay, it's his dad. So I think after you posted the next one, and your dad also replied on that one, and I put under it, I was like, Dad approves or something.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was my memory. Like, I was like, when I watched your video, I was like, whoa, like you were way better than like from like back in like 2016, 17 when I remember watching.
I also slowed down a lot in 2019, I think. I only posted like one video, I think. And then I started like posting again. I feel like there was almost like a bit of a revival in like 2021, maybe.
Yeah.
I know like this guy is a big contributing factor. Shout out Ben, like with the Freekicks page and Skiller and everything, doing like the top 5 goals. I feel like that was something that really went away really since like Power and Precision. I feel like their top 10 was like the last time where it was like meaningful before Ben started doing it, but then it kind of evolved into like a more short form style content where it was like a carousel post where it's like, you know, choose your favorite goal, and like it just seems like it's kind of evolved pretty naturally to follow like the content style that's now favored. It's like people, you can still kind of have success with like free kicks and stuff, but it has to be incorporated at least into long style content in a way that's very aligned with kind of the Mr. Beast formula. I'll say that. Like if you want to do a challenge where it's like I spent $10,000 to play at this field and I scored that, like, you know, something like that. Like those are the style videos that are going to do good, so they're more accessible to everyone. But it's hard to collect or kind of engage, like keep together like a tight-knit audience, I think, with free kicks, even if you do get like a lot of views on a post, for instance.
There was a question. Garrett didn't answer the question of who his inspiration was. Should we cut back to that? Do you want to answer that?
I think he mentioned
the creator. What creator inspires you the most?
Oh yeah.
I would say it's got to be. I said it before. I think it's got to be Lucas Football. Honestly, I think like when I was starting, it would be Lucas Football as far as, you know, like his whole content style, like the free kicks, the little skits he did. Like I have a skit in the beginning of my Orange Jabulani playtest where I merge the regular Jabulani and an orange, like a literal orange, and it becomes an Orange Jabulani. Like, like stuff like that. Like that's very like Lucas Football inspired. But as far as like overall inspiration, especially in more recent years, like Buddhism for sure, absolutely. Like one of my, I guess, creative passions, I could say, at the moment is like, you know, kind of telling a story through kind of like soccer content and cinematics, and like Buddhism is the foundation for that. Absolutely. Like the way he combined like cinematic footage, mysterious kind of intriguing content with obviously the level of free kicks he had, it's just, it's something that's only become like more like inspiring with time. So I would say Buddhism at the moment, for sure.
And the craziest thing, like, he was doing that back like 2010,
Yeah, it's ahead of his time.
Yeah, way ahead.
Yeah, way ahead of his time. And
Like the music choices he had in the video is like that. I know it's inspired like many people, because I was talking to Free Kick Lad, and he made this video. He made, I think it was like pitch 1, pitch 2, and pitch 3. But pitch 3, I think it was my favorite one, but it definitely reminded me of the Buduiza style, those cinematic videos, like so much. So it was like he was doing some crazy stuff. Even like for you, Ben, you've been doing some crazy, like also cinematic videos.
Yeah,
your camera knowledge is, I'm impressed.
Thanks, man. I started incorporating more cinematic visuals into my content once I got more experienced in media production. Back then, when I started filming, I was more just into the free kicks as they were. Now, maybe I would film some additional angles and such, but I wouldn't consider it to be the highest of quality. Thank you. But once I got more experience, well-versed in content creation and camera setups and all these different types of settings, I learned how to create just about the highest quality visuals I can.
Did you learn that just watching YouTube tutorials, or?
I am self-taught mostly. I learned it myself, but like with credit to all the creators on YouTube. I didn't take any courses, I didn't go to school or anything for it. I learned it from YouTube primarily. I also learned it from friends through Instagram. Have creator friends online in both photo and video who have helped me excel in my career.
I know you were at one point of your journey on YouTube. You were kind of thinking of just going through photography.
I did almost pursue photography.
Tell us kind of that whole journey.
Yeah, I got into photography in high school. My junior and senior year, I started shooting my local sports teams at the high school I went to in Bordentown, and that school was great. It definitely provided me with a lot of opportunities to get experienced in the area with photography, and I did enjoy it. I liked the community it built, and I was able to engage with a lot of people, and I loved documenting moments that you could look back on and remember. It's a very meaningful it was a very meaningful pursuit, and I did feel great about doing it, and I wanted to move on to greater levels. So my senior year, I connected with a lot more people who are well versed in the space. I always say that it's good to connect with people who are better than you. Not to say that you're bad or you're any less, but just those who are more experienced than you, so they can provide you with wisdom and insight on how to grow and how to level up, really. So I started shooting professionally in 2023 when I went on to go to MLS and document games there. I went on to go to shoot some matches, any matches that would happen in the New York, Philadelphia, and New Jersey area. They have a lot of the European clubs come over for summer tournaments, summer fixtures. I shot Premier League. I shot Copa America. Any other international fixtures, and just the major club teams. It was a great opportunity, and I'm super fortunate I was able to do that. But I stopped doing it because I wanted to pursue media production, in a more structured way. Going on site to pursue these types of things can be very chaotic and really just unpredictable, and I didn't like the nature of that. I wanted to pursue something that's more predictable, like going out to film my own videos, and I'm on my own timeline on when things are going to be released, when things are going to happen, and also pursuing other endeavors to where I run virtually online. I don't have to be there in person, and if I do have to go anywhere in person, if it's on site, it's something that I can actually plan out in advance, rather than showing up to the match, going here, going there. You don't know what's going to happen in the game, right? It's out of your control. You don't always know where you're going to sit, where you're going to be, what you're going to have to do. It's just not what I wanted to pursue full time. So now I'm on to other pathways.
Tell us kind of your journey, just on your YouTube channel, because I remember we talked a little bit about it. How was it? United Freekicks, I think. Yeah.
So my first page was called Freekicks United, and in way back when I started, it was actually called BMR Freekicks. My initials. Barely anyone knows about that. Probably only my family, really. But I went on to changed the name to Freekicks United. My favorite club at the time was Manchester United, so I changed it.
To Manchester United?
I am. I call myself a loose fan. Like I'm not like a diehard Manchester United fan. Admittedly, I can't act like I am.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, but yes, I did grow up being a fan of Manchester United. So I named my channel Freekicks United. Went to the field, local field in my neighborhood, to film free kicks with friends. And then I changed my name because I wanted my friends to be involved. So I changed it to a name in plural, Knuckleballers, kind of knockoff Freekickers. I wanted to. I was deeply inspired by Freekickers. I give credit to them for the naming convention, the style of name being Freekickers with the Z sounded rather cool at the time. So I changed it to Knuckleballers. Team KBZ was the name for it. And that was a fun time. Team KBZ existed for several years.
How many friends you had involved in like the team?
I had three friends. Well, three core members. I would say, including myself. My best friend Sparsh, and Owen. We all lived in the same neighborhood and would go film free kicks whenever we had time off from school. Also Cade, one of my best friends, he lives close to me. We grew up together. He was involved as well, shooting free kicks and recording the videos with me. And we had some other friends come and go, some goalkeepers, some other friends who made appearances in videos, but those were the main members. And I wanted to change my brand into something more personal after my friends left to go on to pursue their own pathways. So of course, doing what's best for them. I changed my name to by Ben Rowe to pursue photography. Now I have my own page for that. Well, my free kick page it's benkicks. That is my final clear name for anyone who wants to follow my free kick videos. It's benkicks online. So that's what that's what I have now.
I know. Recently I went like on YouTube and I typed Ben Rowe, and kicks was like one of the things that popped up. So
Yeah.
looks like you're getting
that is my
the Ben kicks are slowly sticking.
Yep, that is the name.
You guys mentioned the Freekickers. Have you guys ever made it to their top 10 or whatever they had those lists? Have you guys ever made it to that?
I didn't.
I have made it to a compilation. In fact,
I think I did too, actually.
Yeah.
I think I might have made it to a compilation.
Unfortunately, we have not made the iconic top 5 goals series, but
When did that stop? Do you guys remember?
I believe that stopped around 2017 because Cam pursued it
Cam
after
took over,
they
kinda.
stopped. Around 2016, 2017. That's the last year I recall is 2016. So I would say by 2017, certainly by 2018, they stopped.
So power and precision, they kind of became the next.
Yeah, they carried on
For a little
the
while,
legacy.
yeah.
Yeah, but there was a video. You can link it if you want. It was like I think it was like top 25 Instagram and YouTube goals or videos, something like that. And then my Jabalani shot was in there. We didn't get to that yet, but it's a shot I hit, the shot that got me started on social media. So that's
that one is like kind of blowing up and
yeah, that is a shot that got me started. It's the shot I hit. I call it the viral shot. It's the one that became popular online and got me more attention in the space. I was able to connect with a lot more people because of that shot. So that's great. It certainly helped me grow online. It was the shot with the Jabalani where it goes up really high, loops around, goes into the top corner. I was
very unique shot.
Yeah, at the time I was 15. It was it was a special shot. I couldn't believe it.
It's cool. So have you guys made it to the power and precision?
Yes, that was a different one. What was I at the time? 13? Yeah, I believe I was 13 at the time. I made it to it's a shot I hit with the Tango 12 ball. It also dipped pretty high, went off the post, the top right post, and into the other side. I was very happy.
Yeah, I got featured, I'm not entirely sure how many times, maybe twice. I think it might have been the shot I hit with like the blue Kuma ball top left, where it hit off like the post and crossbar. For some reason I feel like an older Champions League ball shot got featured that also went top left. But I did get featured in Power and Precisions though. Yeah.
That's cool. Anybody else you got featured on, like any other channels?
Like friends?
Well,
friend.
Ben's
any other
the
channels?
Freekicks page. Could count that.
Yeah.
For the Freekicks, like top 5 goals of the week.
Yeah. There was a time where we pursued that on the Freekicks page very actively. We would always post and always share
Instagram page.
other creators. Yeah, we would do so a lot at the time, and it was great because the community was the community energy was lacking after Freekickerz stepped down, Power and Precision stopped making the top 5s. The energy, we wanted it to still be there, so we made a top 5 series. We started sharing other creators who maybe we felt deserved some more exposure. We would help them out, give them a boost. Certainly, intended to share a lot of Garrett's shots because I call him one of the best at the time, for sure. When the page was more active. What I see now is that those who truly want to pursue free kick content and free kick and shooting content tend to do pretty well themselves now. My claim is that community pages don't do as well as they used to. Platforms, the major platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube don't value community pages as much as they used to, because it's a controversial claim, but they could say it lacks things like authenticity or originality. They want creators to create their own videos from scratch, and those are the videos that get pushed more. And I don't entirely disagree with that. I think there were some community, like they would call them community pages, but I think they took advantage of creators and just reposted their videos without giving credit, or they would do things like this, and it kind of like killed the idea of what a genuine community page was. So now the platforms, what they've done in response to that is they push the individual creators' videos more. So hence community pages like ours on Freekicks are not really pursuing content in the same way that we have done so in the past.
I talked to Ewan, and I think he got featured a couple times on Freekickerz, and he said they put his social media, I think maybe his YouTube or one of his social medias, and he said it was like down on the bottom in the description, and he said he got like 5,000 something followers from that.
Yeah.
So it seems like back then people kind of like were interested more like looking into stuff. Then it seems like now it's just kind of like just kind of scrolling maybe. That's kind of killed a lot of that.
Social media now is very oversaturated. There's so many distractions. Everywhere you look, there's a new video. And back then, there were only so many videos. Like the niches, it was very direct. You knew what was going on. You saw the videos. But now it's like these platforms, they're competing. It's so hard for your attention more than ever, and it's easier than ever to get distracted and to lose the attention span in which you once had. Those who are interested in our videos, or who once were interested in our videos, it's not in the same way that they were before. Perhaps because they've seen it, they've already seen it many times, or they're used to these super grand, crazy, like Mr. Beast style videos, we call them, where always has to be something like super crazy, like I spend $1 million on free kicks, or I take 100,000 free kicks and I hit this shot or something. Like it has to be something so crazy that the simplicity of it, people don't really want that anymore. They want something absolutely crazy because they keep trying to up the levels essentially to this infinite point, to where a lot of people overlook the simple things.
Now, Garrett, you had also a couple of friends involved, right, in the knuckleball, like Freekicks with you. Kind of talk about a little bit about your friends.
One of my best friends, Embry, we kind of got into it at a similar time. I was into it before him, but you know, when I was like really getting into YouTube, we kind of like grew into it together. That was really fun. Like, those were the days where you get home from school and like all you do when you get off the bus is like go into your front yard and like take free kicks until it's dark. He got really good. He was another one that kind of stopped in like 2019. I have another friend, there are a couple other people I kicked with too, but Embry was the main one that we kind of like learned how to shoot together and take free kicks, and yeah, it was really fun. At school there was actually this, in middle school, because that's where we met. We went to the same elementary school, but in middle school is when we rode the same bus, and so I eventually got to know him on that. But we were so dedicated. Like, we would show up to school. They gave us this little time slot. I remember the first time they did this, it was in the mornings. They'd give us like a little bit of time outside before they let us into school. And like, naturally, we went on the turf field, even though we didn't have a ball or anything. And so we went into the woods and we found a ball or something. Either that or it was already on the field. And so we started using it, whatever. And basically that year we would like get off from the bus. I would bring like my Jabulani to school, like my bazooka, like a match ball to school to take free kicks for like 15 minutes in the morning. And I think we might have done it at recess too before, but I remember people would like go in goal, like against our shots, like on this terrible grass field. We would like wear our soccer jerseys. I would wear like my indoor soccer shoes to school so that, you know, like I could take free kicks better in the morning, do like freestyle and all that. And Embry was like, he was a big part of that. Like we did that like mutually. So yeah, it was a good time.
He was also was getting into like cinematic stuff too, right?
Mm-hmm. He does photography a lot now. He's big into that. I know he likes portraits, but he also likes all kinds of photography, outdoor photography, concerts, all that. So it was a logical, like, creative transition, I guess. Like, and yeah, Ben and I actually had a session with him a year ago, which was fun. Embry came out to the field, so, you know, he's still interested in it. He still likes it.
Did he hit some good bangers?
He still had the knuckleball technique, which is impressive. Hasn't kicked. I don't know when the last time he kicked before that was. So that's impressive. Yeah.
I also saw somewhere, I think early on in your journey, did you try like also kind of start like a friends channel or something like that?
Yes.
I can't remember the name.
I know. I'm trying to think of the name, so the fact that you brought that up is crazy. Yeah, so I guess I won't name drop, but there was like a group of friends that I hung out with, and my guess is this was like a very spontaneous decision. Like, we went to the field one day and like did some challenges and thought we were like funny or something, and then we were like, okay, let's make a channel now. Nothing ever got posted to the channel, so now all that's up is a video of me promoting it on my actual channel, which doesn't even show me. It's just like some like background royalty-free vlog music going over like like me promoting the channel. So yeah, nothing really came of that, but it could have, you know. I guess it could have. Yep. C4 Soccer, I think that was the name.
Yeah. I'll put the screenshot.
All right.
Freekick, like, he's also, I think, had some like friends involved, and they started like their own channels, but I think most of his friends kind of like just deleted their channel, and they kind of he was by himself. Yeah,
I remember one of his friends in particular. Do you know his name?
He was good.
Because I know he had a channel, I think.
I remember it was like Samson was one of the guys.
I can't remember. There was a couple of more guys.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he had a friend who was very good at shooting that would come with him. Forget his name, but he had some good videos.
I couldn't find any like his friends' videos anymore. I think they left the community and they just kind of privated or deleted.
I know. In like 10 years time, no videos are going to be left on YouTube.
Oh, I want to talk to you, Ben, specifically on the Skillers. Talk about like how that whole thing started.
Skiller originated from...
It's kind of like very similar to Freekicks.
Yeah, inspired by Freekicks. Skiller was created with the intention to share soccer skills online. The highlights of all types of players, from grassroots to professional level. That is what we had a passion for, and that's what we wanted to share with the world. Skiller exists on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Instagram and YouTube being our biggest areas. YouTube was great, especially at the time, a few years ago when still kind of when the Freekicks era was alive, with the compilations and all of these. We also specialized in these types of videos. So the videos where you'd see the top 100 goals, top 100 football moments, goals and skills, all of these. We would compile skills from creators and showcase them in these videos to provide more exposure to the community, and it was a great position to be in. I really enjoyed what we did. It definitely, I say, helped out a lot of creators. I was able to connect with many different creators online who were well versed in Freekicks, freestyle, and really all other types of content, which was great. And what we do now is because I say that the style of entertainment online is shifting. It's not quite the same as it was before. As I've mentioned, the simple style type of football content is overlooked a lot of times these days. It still exists. The audience for it still exists. It's just not as big or active of an audience as it was before. So what we're pursuing now is education. I say education is timeless. People are always interested in educational content. Education combined with entertainment could work. So we still share football skills. We still have a desire to do so. But in this way, we've combined it with education to help teach people football skills. So we want to teach people how to become better football players, how to reach their top level, their desired level, with structured programs and courses. So that's what we're working on now at Skiller, to help players of all ages around the world to improve their football skills.
Is that you promoting now mostly like on social media, or is
it through social media? We are promoting it. It's an application on your mobile device, iOS or Android. It's a program of skills and courses to help you improve. Also ways to track your skills, to see how you are developing as a player.
But you mostly doing it on social media, not on YouTube, right?
More on social media. A little bit on YouTube though as well. On all platforms: Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
How do you think it's been doing on YouTube, like the kind of content?
The Skiller type of content with the compilations and showcasing skills of players. Well, it's not as good as it used to be. It still is there. There still is an audience for it. I think there forever will be an audience for it. But the audience size can fluctuate based on what is trending at the time, or maybe what season we're in, what era we're in, what the content styles. I mean, ever since this new style of content came out, the Mr. Beast style content, it's shifted. The attention spans of those they will resort to other videos to watch. Maybe they've already seen these videos. A lot of the time, like I said, the platforms compete with your attention at a higher level than they ever have before. So the attention is divided now. It's not quite as direct as it used to be. And the platforms, generally speaking, they like to promote the original sources of the videos. Community channels can be done as long as they are genuine, so we try to remain as genuine as possible, while still showcasing these skills. And as long as you're not a channel that kind of steals videos or doesn't credit creators and all these types of things, the platforms don't like that. So as long as you can remain kind of on the good side, then you can still be active.
I remember watching some of those skiller videos, and sometimes they had those sound effects. Is that something you do, or is it something that?
I mean, I used to edit the videos, on the Skiller YouTube channel. I don't anymore. I have other responsibilities now, but yes, I did used to. Yeah, we have an editor.
So basically, it's not the original creators, right, that add the sound effects?
No, I mean, well, we would overlay. When you curate content and compile it into a video, showcasing other creators' videos, you have to add your own edits to it. Yeah, we add our own music, we add our own sound effects, transitions, and whatnot. So, we added everything over ourselves.
Yeah, I was always wondering because like the timing of it, I'm like, it looks.
Yeah, it has to be synchronized with audios and sound effects. I mean, unless it's perhaps something like an ASMR style video where maybe we keep the natural sounds in the video, then it may not be the case. But generally we would overlay the video with our own audio.
You still get a lot of people sending you clips?
Yeah, there's always people interested in receiving more exposure. It could be beneficial in multiple ways if you want to grow more attention on social media, if you want to be recognized for reasons to excel in the sport. You want to be recognized by coaches, scouts, clubs. There's always reasons, and it can always be beneficial to connect with people on social media and to be in the light, so more people can see you.
I was kind of talking to Freekick Lad. He was kind of around the same time you guys were active. Who else would you say around that time you guys really had the community with, other channels that you commented on each other's videos a lot?
Quite a few. Nico Mankila, certainly, that's one. There was a kind of I don't know, almost second peak in the free kick community. I think there was the origins 2010, 2011, but then there was also the 2016, 17 period where it was Nico Mankila, Noah Domashk, hopefully I'm saying his name right. Free Kick Lad, Old Number 9, I'm probably missing some people.
Alex, last name started with an R. It was Alex, I don't want to mispronounce his last name. He had the bazooka in the Javelani.
I don't know, I can't think of it.
All right.
Point being, there was a lot of people that were super engaged in the community, and it was so there were some great there were some great connections within that.
I remember still in 2016, 17, there was still a lot of people who were asking, hey, I sub to you, you sub to me. It seems it kind of started dying down by 2019.
Yeah, people. I think people realized that method is not the greatest way of promoting your channel. But
after Gen 2, it stopped.
Yeah,
no one.
We realized maybe we could stop that.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Freekick Lad, and he said that Noah Domash. He said he hit him up, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm retiring. I'm done." And he ended up buying from. I think it was the team guys from him.
No.
He reached out to me too.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. We all almost bought some from him.
He sounds pretty happy with the deal and everything, so it's kind of...
Oh, I'm sure.
That's great.
No, Noah's great. Yeah, shout out Noah. But yeah, I think there was like kind of maybe a group of people that almost like got onto the free kick scene a little late. Maybe they were like too young to like fully experience it when it was like in its peak.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be where like some of that second prime kind of came from. Like as far as like Nico and Noah, like all those people. I think those are people who like saw what it was and like wanted to kind of keep that going in a way. Like same with me and Ben to an extent, but yeah.
Of course, Knuckleball Twins, they were still pretty active during that time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Throughout the whole time.
The whole time.
Did you notice like kind of shift around like Knuckleball Twins more, like with the smaller group of people posting during that time?
Like a change in their content style because of...
No, just like people kind of like, you know, coming to their channel and commentating more and kind of like, you know, creating this community around maybe because as them being the OGs, right, from like...
Yeah, I think they were definitely kind of an area where, you know, all of these people kind of came together because like there was people watching them from like the OG days, like the early 2010s days, and then there were also kind of the newer people like me at the time, or Nico or Ben, like, so it was kind of like a space where everyone came together to an extent. I think like Knuckleball Twins certainly was responsible for, like certainly influenced like the way the community came together, I would say. I
like that thing that they incorporated, I think it was around 2020 where they were like highlighting, you know, top comments. I thought that was kind of neat that it kind of like felt like more of a, you know, community than...
I wish that content style was more favored, like in the algorithm. Like it's unfortunate because I think in the beginning when, you know, YouTube and Instagram and all that were made, you know, the premise of them was very innocent, I think, at least to an extent, comparatively. I think the point was, you know, have people upload their videos, you know, have engagement with them, create community, and now it's like very much so to exploit people's attention and to kind of like capitalize off of that. And so it's nice to have channels like Sammy's that still maintain kind of like something that's not just trying to win over the favor of the algorithm. It's something that's like pure and actually like, you know, is community focused. Like it's just a nice like safe space away from like a lot of the other stuff that's going on in a lot of ways. And I think that's what makes his content so good. Yeah, and just like even the little effort, you know, of like saying, like highlighting a comment and then being like, hey, I noticed you've been commenting on recent videos, thank you for all the support. Like genuine like interaction with the, you know, even if you don't meet these people, like, you know, just like that recognition is really nice.
It kind of like encourage people to like, you know, get more involved.
Yeah.
You guys ever interacted with some like OGs YouTube guys like Buduiza, Jolter? Like how's that conversation you guys had with those guys?
I studied in Spain, trust me, I'll tie this into it, last year in the fall. And because I was in Europe and was going to spend an extended amount of time there, I was like, you know, I've been kind of half joking about visiting Finland for a while with like my friends, or like with Embry that we've mentioned before, which is where Buduiza, Jolter, and them at least lived. I don't know where Buddhist is at now. If any of y'all know, like, drop the location, because like Lord knows where that man is. But I actually reached out to Jolter, and he responded back, because I asked him like, hey, are you gonna be in Finland? Like, I was like kind of organizing like the Avengers of Finland, you know, like the free kick takers. I got him in a group chat, and so he responded to me, but he's in Denmark now. So he was like, yeah, he told me that. I've had like some like one-off messages with Buduiza. He used to follow me, humble flex, but just have to bring it up. But Ben probably has the more interesting interaction with Buduiza because he actually commented on his free kick montage.
He did. I'm grateful to say he commented on my free kick montage.
That was the last video you posted, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was great. I've had some interactions with OGs in the space. Don't think I've spoken with Jolter before. I have spoken with Lewis a little bit from Shoot and Thrill. A lot of my interactions have been from Skiller through the Freekicks page, so it's not always me directly, but I know who's on the other side of that. There are some other OGs, I would say. I mean, of course, Eric isn't someone we're still close with, so that's great. Yeah. For anyone else, I would say there's only a handful of super.
I think like Brandon Bianchi.
Like Brandon, yeah, I guess Brandon. Brandon. I'm thinking super OGs.
Who was the guy? I actually can't think of their name, but the guy he would shoot the rolling knuckleballs. It was like a duo. Like the Sagades and the
Kristen, yeah, Freekick skills.
Another one.
Freekick skills, yeah.
I guess I had kind of an interaction with Lucas Football because when I was a mega fanboy, I made an edit of his shots, and he did comment on that, which was peak moment of my 14 years of existence at the time, or however old I was. But yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, fun fact: GreekLad9 is the first ever football content creator on the internet. Are you aware of who he is?
Yeah,
GreekLad9.
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, GreekLad9, Lewis, ICOBET1, and Budisa. They were the first three.
Yeah.
I guess another one, maybe somebody watching will remember this name, but Backyard Beasts. That's a throwback right there. Oh. I think we didn't even it wasn't even a sub for sub situation. I made that man a full edit. It was crazy, and it's still up on YouTube, but that was an OG interaction. That was 2016 interaction.
That's cool.
I don't know if his channel's still up or not, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you guys had the biggest collaboration of them all with, of course, Sammy the GOAT.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, that was the peak moment for us.
Twice, and then Garrett for
three. The hat trick. Yeah. No, I know.
Okay, you guys gotta talk more about those interactions. How did you guys even the first one
Yeah, we'll start with the 10th, July 10th, 2023.
The dates.
Yeah, that truly was collectively the best day that Garrett and I have had.
Yeah,
it was a really special day.
It was also the first day you guys met.
It was the first full day that we spent together.
Which is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. So I only just met Garrett a few hours before, the evening right before we left to go to meet Sammy. So it was already surreal that Garrett and I were with each other because we grew up being friends for 5 years before then. And it was, to be exact, it was 7, I believe, 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years before then. Yeah, so we were friends 7 years before then on the internet, and he lived in Virginia, I lived in New Jersey. We were far enough to where we couldn't just see each other in a convenient circumstance. It had to be a big commitment, so it took time to plan something like this. We also had to be old enough to where our parents instilled the trust in us to be able to do so.
Yeah.
And it eventually happened, and then he came over to see me in New Jersey.
I think you were 18 and Gary, you were 19, right? First met with Sammy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so
I remember he
he did say that.
He did mention that. Yeah, he did mention that. And Garrett and I were already, a little bit in shock from the situation because it's to anyone who may know it, it's very surreal meeting someone from the internet in real life, someone who you've been close with digitally, and then you meet them physically in the real world. It's a super cool feeling. So we were still adjusting to that. And then we meet Sammy, the one who we've looked up to for almost a decade before then. So It was
Because we're watching
amazing.
before even you started your channel. So.
Yeah. Before we started the channels in 2014, I started watching Sammy. So seeing him at that point was super special. And we spent the day together, at the same field we were at today. Shot some free kicks. Garrett hit a spectacular shot. I may have to play that over in front of Sammy, which is like, that's a pinch me moment, dude. Very special.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's a dream, really. Sammy's a great supporter. Was very enthusiastic. His energy's great, and we really enjoyed our day together.
Yeah, that day was very special. I don't know. I always think back to that day, and it's just everything is so like vibrant. I don't know how to explain it. Like I think it's almost like you're a kid and you're like experiencing everything new for the first time. Like that's how that day was. And it's kind of like I was. Like I just meet Ben, and then I just meet Sammy. We go to a new field. Like it was just also unique. Also, first time we've hit shots together. Like there was just so much like new happening. It was just so surreal. And then, we spent so long like just talking before the session because, Sammy like obviously is also very connected with the community in this niche. And so like meeting two people in the span of 2 days that are also very connected to the knuckleball, match balls, like all of that, that doesn't always happen. And so it's just kind of like a unique experience getting to kind of like have those moments. And then it was hilarious bringing Sammy to Buffalo Wild Wings at Walmart.
Yeah.
The Walmart trip, man, that day was so hot. Like we were suffering, and we were in Walmart just like surviving, and Sammy's got like a basket full of like sweets and sodas and stuff. It was great. That day was fantastic.
Yes, the best way we could introduce him to the food of America.
Yeah, absolutely. Second meetup, obviously great too. Third meetup in England, like that was honestly like that was so fun too. That was again kind of like experiencing like things new for the first time, like because I was with my roommate too, which was cool. Like the fact that he got to experience that as well is like so random. Like you wouldn't expect like this person that I met studying abroad to meet this guy I've been watching for like 10 years on YouTube. Like it's just a really interesting interaction. But then to go there, to have the experience of traveling to where he lives and like, seeing his setup, all his match balls, the cleats, like it was a similar thing. We talked till like 3 something in the morning, got up, had a session. Like I got to see the real or fake field. I got to see the field he currently shoots at. I got to meet Charlie as well, which is really cool, finally. He was also like an amazing guy. It was just a great experience again. Going on the run in the morning, hopping into the freezing cold England sea. Yeah, it was all great.
I remember watching that vlog, and you guys did like the backwards walking or something like that.
Yeah, Sammy was telling us that that's good for your body to use the opposite muscles as usual.
Your knees or something. So I started doing that because I was working nights. So I started doing that.
You have on the CCTV walking backwards in the middle of the night.
And it was funny because one of my coworkers, they're like, "What are you doing, man?" And I explained it to him, And then next thing I see, like next week, he's doing the same thing.
He's doing it too, so it's catching on.
The Yep effect.
Dude, got to bring that back after our sessions. We got to start like hauling it.
It's just funny, like a random thing like that. And you're like,
yeah,
"Man, I should try that too."
Yeah. I think there's probably something to it.
I don't know. It kind of felt better I feel like on my knees, especially.
I believe it.
That's what he said. Is like, and from what I remember, he said it was from
7 LMC.
7 MLC.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gave him that advice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another OG. I knew I was forgetting someone. I have had the pleasure of meeting Michael.
Oh.
Yes, 7 MLC. He's also someone who I did look up to for a good amount of time. Super informative football videos, tutorials, demonstrations. He's been a big help to me and so many others online.
I know he's been like professional
Yeah, he's also a professional.
Is he still
player.
playing? Or?
I'm not sure if he's actively playing. I'm not sure. I know he has multiple pursuits. One of them being his professional career. He also does, coaching, whether that's through his channel or in person, whatever he may be doing. I know he does it to some extent, and he also pursues a career as a content creator. So he's a man of many acts, I suppose. He does a lot of things, but yeah, I met him in Brooklyn, New York. That was great.
Yeah, another one to just remember that you met is Nick. Did you meet him with Lupe?
Oh, Nick. Yeah, Nick and Lupe, some other creators I've met. I also consider them super big, influences in the. I'd say like a little bit further along in the generations. Like Lupe has had a big influence. His career has taken off really well. Also great at Freekicks, knuckleballs. Nick as well. Was very well versed in the space. Nick Suki, I believe. Yeah.
I've seen his YouTube, but
right. Yeah. So he was pursuing Instagram and YouTube for some time. TikTok as well. We were all friends. We had a group of friends from the TikTok era, which the TikTok era actually was super influential in its own way. So, both of them definitely made great efforts to contribute to the community. And I did have the pleasure of meeting them as well. I've seen Lupe. I mean, Lupe is one of my closer friends now, so I shoot free kicks with them regularly.
I talked to Cameron. He actually had a
session with Lupe.
Yeah, session with Lupe.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
One thing that he was impressed, it was like he said his shooting was like.
His shooting power is pretty unreal.
Power.
Yeah, he has a lot of shooting power. He made a video years back in 2020 claiming he had the most powerful shot on TikTok, and I wouldn't say I disagree with that. I've seen his shot in person. It's pretty wild.
About Lupe, man, he's like a little too braggadocious.
He's what?
Like braggadocious sometimes. Like
I remember I was watching this video. He comes on the field. He's got coffee or whatever. He's got he's like, oh, my car. He's got all these was a Audi or whatever. Yeah, he's all flexing.
For the content, man. To be fair, I show off a lot of my match balls and such. Like, Lupe's a very good guy and genuine. I've spent time with him in person.
Like trolling him because he's so braggadocious. I always try to kind of get him down a little bit. So, maybe that's why he maybe blocked me or something. Because
oh shit! Did he actually block you?
I don't know, but
you can't see his page anymore.
No, I see his page, but maybe Instagram did it or something.
He may have restricted you to comment.
It's not popping up as he might comment before.
That is funny.
Because I usually try to troll him, because he's just for me, he's such a trollable guy.
Make an alt account, commit to the bit.
Well, I think it's a good segue. Let's talk about the match ball. You guys have some impressive match football collection.
Again, I would say Lucas Football was a huge influence to this. There's just something that's kind of inseparable about knuckleballs and the certain older match balls. Like those two are just connected. It's even with the early Freekickerz days, I know they have videos where Danny is shooting the Jabulani, just spamming it. So it was kind of like a rite of passage eventually to buy a Jabulani or buy the bazooka was my first ball. After watching enough knuckleball content, you keep seeing these match balls, you keep seeing them, and it's you want to be like these people you're watching. One, with the technique, and then two, eventually, is the match balls. Yeah. So I got the bazooka first, then I got the Jabulani, and it didn't take long before I was obsessed with match balls. I just, it's kind of a hard thing to explain. I think soccer is unique in the sense that with other sports, the ball is much more standardized, as far as a golf ball goes, as far as a baseball goes. It's kind of the same panel shape, the same structure, Soccer balls, there's not that same standardization, and so there's a much greater opportunity to kind of like have unique products that were kind of like a product of their time, like the Jabulani and all that. And so, you know, once you go down that rabbit hole, then you start realizing, oh, the orange one is even rare, it's even cooler. Oh, the Torfabrick is a variant of the Jabulani. Oh, there's a BCA, like, rare prototype Jabulani that is super cool and no one has this one, so now I gotta get that. And then you go on eBay and you see all these different ones. So it's just kind of like a thing where you get pulled in, and it's, yeah, I guess it's like any collectible, really.
Once you build it out, start building it, man.
Yeah.
You get more knowledge too about it. And
Yeah, like I'm gonna throw Ben at this too, because I already know. Like, I'm a nerd with the Adidas match balls. Like, I have a diabolical chat log. I don't know if it's saved, where I was like looking through these prototype models, or I was asking about, so like with the Jabulanis, for instance, there's, you know, we're here, I'm going here. There's like these models that have like a black circular ring around the valve, and then there's some that don't have them. And so I was trying to get a ball off Facebook, and you know, there's actually a guy, you probably know him, I can't think of his username, who comments on Sammy's channels, who has like kind of some like oddly good ball knowledge.
Was it Simon?
Yeah, Simon.
Oh, yeah.
So he like commented about how the ones with the rings around the valve have like a different like structure, interior structure. It's like the same as the Tango. And so I was like trying to seek after this ball. I was trying to seek after ones that had that black ring around them, because like our theory at the time was they reduced the risk of Jabulanis getting the bubbling issue. So all this to say, I got on ChatGPT and have this like unspeakable log of chats where I'm like asking it all these questions, where it's probably like using the absolute extent of its knowledge to like outsource this information that it's trying to feed me about Jabulanis that are prototypes and have like black rings around the valve. So it can get pretty serious. That's the moral of the story.
Ben, I know you got like crazy ball collection. Like, some of the balls is probably one of a kind I haven't seen ever.
Should we just bring this over now? I mean, maybe this will help.
All right.
I'll keep it in the middle of us, but you can grab whatever.
It's gonna be show and tell.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be speedy with this.
It goes into the creek.
Well, I'll start with the Bazooka, of course, the one I've been holding. This ball is iconic, 2014 World Cup. Personally, the best looking ball of all time, I would say. I absolutely love this. And the colors on it, it's just so vibrant, so active. I love the energy this ball gives off. Of course, you know, 4 years prior, the Jabulani, I call them the big trio. The 2016 guys, 2010 Jabulani, 2014 Bazooka. Those were my big three. Those were the ones I really wanted, so I'm fortunate enough now to say that I have them. You know, after that, as Garrett says, it kind of is a rabbit hole. You go down this path of realizing that there are, you know, multiple variants of each ball, you know, for different leagues and federations, and you find out there's so much more to it than just the originals. These ones you find. So of course, for example, the orange version of the Bazooka used, you know, in conditions that require higher visibility, which doesn't really make sense since the World Cup is played in the summertime, but they wanted to make more money, so they introduced a winter version, and I'm not complaining because I love this ball. The Power Orange Jabulani, my favorite ball of all time. Interestingly, 2016 guys does not have an official Power Orange version. I think that was when Adidas, you know, maybe didn't release it for practical reasons because they knew they weren't actually going to use it in the summertime. But then once they realized that people were interested in buying the winter versions, they started releasing them. And once again, I'm not complaining. I think they look amazing. So after the main ones, the original versions, the classics, I call them, there's more to it. I don't have all the classics with me, but I have some variants. I'll start with this one. This is a variant of the Teamgeist, the F50 ball. They used this in some U21 fixtures. There's a photo of Aiden Hazard, interestingly, using this ball when he was of the age of U21. Super cool ball. Also in line, of course, with the F50 series. I love it. It's super unique. The colors in this ball, the colors in all of them, the colors are different, the designs are different. Each ball is unique, and that's why I love it.
Yeah, and like for me, this is where I was going with like being inspired by Lucas Football. Like at first I wanted to have like a collection that matched like the creators I really liked. So like Lucas Football had the trio that I was obsessed with, which was the orange Jabulani, the orange Torfer Brick, and the orange Europa League ball, all Jabulanis. And so I wanted to get like that three, like that's what I was set on. And now it's more like, I guess there's more intent on like having like a super like unique collection of match balls like that other people or other creators haven't like used before. And that's kind of where we're trending with some of these, like with the F50 ball, for instance. Like, did anyone use that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think I ever.
There is one guy, Knuckleball Psycho from Russia.
Oh yeah, Knuckleball Psycho.
It's kind of it's a very niche.
Yeah, that's a niche.
But
I wasn't expecting to mention him.
He was like the
That's
only
true.
one
Yeah.
that has used this ball, but like most of these, like a good amount of these, no one has ever used for free kicks.
Yeah. I'll just show this one because this is the one I brought. This is maybe my favorite ball of all time. The 2006 Teamgeist Berlin, which is so beautiful. Like looks wise, like the champagne finish, the gold, it's like the Teamgeist is classy enough. That one is a work of art. That's a masterpiece right there. And like performance wise, the Teamgeists are just my favorite. I think
It looks like really cool in person.
yeah.
Funny thing, I had like back in late 2000, it was probably like 2007, 8. I had a Teamgeist, but it was a replica one.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the real thing.
Right.
So I kind of remember a little bit.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So I was like, man, I wish because I ended up giving it to somebody, I think, that replica.
A ton of others in here. I mean, we could go on. We'll just show the set we currently have. The Adidas Wawa Aba, used in the AFCON, African Cup of Nations. It was, it's one of the coolest balls that I've ever seen. It has the Europass base. It takes place in Ghana at the time. Super cool, yeah. One of the most unique for sure.
Yeah, it's just the colors. Crazy.
Yeah. Liga Segres, used in the Portuguese league. This ball is also incredible with the Europass base. There's many with the Europass base that have these unique designs. Garrett and I love them.
I almost got this Europass.
Yeah? What, like which Europass?
Just the regular one.
The regular one? Yeah,
Yeah.
the regular one is great. Classy. Becoming one of my favorite balls, the MLS Teamgeist 2. I love the OG MLS color palette with the bright blue, green, and silver. I think it looks amazing, and on this ball, it's just incredible.
Wasn't Millionaire 19, didn't he have the Teamgeist 2 or something like that, his logo?
Yeah, he does have the Teamgeist too. This one specifically, I can't
No, I think
recall.
it was just a regular.
Yeah, he does have a regular one. Teamgeist 2 is an amazing ball though. I really like this one. Yeah, looking to get more MLS balls. This is actually my first MLS variant. Of course, the MLS Jabulani.
It's good that MLS using Adidas, not Nike.
Yeah, right. That's great. Last but not least, the rarest ball I own, the Copa del Rey Teamgeist. This ball is essentially non-existent on the internet. No one has ever used this for free kicks.
It looks so nice.
Foot golfers, some of them do use this ball. However, the quantity of it is still extremely limited. Wow. The colors on this also are amazing. It looks incredible in the air, and we both love it.
Yeah, and then also, can't forget about the smart ball.
The smart ball.
Shout out my friend Jack.
Yeah,
this man
Jack.
just had it in his basement one day, and I was like, "So, when did you have that?" Like, so Ben got it from him.
Yeah, I just recently bought this. The app unfortunately does not work anymore, but I just like how it looks. I think it looks super cool, futuristic looking. With this green, a lot of match balls don't use green like this, like green and black. It's very rare that you would find a ball like this, and it's quite good for knuckleballs. Also, it's good for all techniques, curves, driven strikes, just for general play. I find it to be quite good. So it's a nice ball. You can get it for cheap nowadays since the app doesn't work.
The app doesn't
Yeah. Adidas discontinued it in 2020, I believe. If you buy like
when did this book came out?
May have been 2015, 2014. I think. Yeah, 2014. Yeah, 2014. If you buy like an iPod, like that, and haven't updated the software, like maybe you could still somehow get this app to work. But on any new phones, which most of us have, any new mobile devices, it unfortunately does not work.
Man, I like this.
Yeah, I like it too. It's real nice.
Yeah.
So that's our collection. Now, what we currently have. There is more, but if we were to show everything, this video would be infinitely long.
Isn't it your most watched video, the one where you fixed the match ball?
It might be. Yeah.
Have you fixed many match balls at all?
My dad's a master.
Shout out to Paul.
Yeah. Shout out my dad. He's the one. I'm trying to figure out how we learned that method. It might have been through like a foot golf or something. But once we discovered it, I filmed a video. My dad, the master, he did it all. Use like a crochet hook, take the valve out, get a new one. You can order them online, and then lubricated the bit, put it back in, and it's simple. And it can save you a lot of money. Like if your ball is losing air, like really it's not the end of the world. In most cases it can be fixed. Like even if it's the panel leaking, you can use tire sealant. You can also get the bladder replaced. The only real issue is with Jabulanis. If they start bubbling in the heat, then there's just not, I don't really know if there's anything you can do. I mean, I think there are people that claim they can fix it, but I don't. That's kind of the one thing that you just can't really fix. But
that video specifically, who inspired you to make that one?
It was probably just a collective decision between my dad and I think. I think when we learned the method, he was probably like, he probably told me something like, oh, we should film a video on it, you know? Like, it was probably something like that. I don't remember there being like a backstory to it, really. It just kind of happened. But yeah, I kind of like forget about those videos now because I don't forget about them, but I don't think about them as much because they're unlisted. Like I have them in a playlist, but yeah, I think that was one of my most viewed videos at the time.
It's always cool to make a videos like especially your most watched video, and it's like something like a tutorial, right? It helps people.
Yeah, tutorials do well. I mean, that's what Ben was saying about education. Like if you make a video informing people on how to do something, especially if it's something that will save people money or teach people a skill that they really want to learn that's niche or hard to do, like it's going to do well, you know, especially the knuckleball.
My most watched video on my channel is like how to set up the portable goals. Yeah. And it just it's continuously, even now. It keeps going.
Because people get to the field like for pickup, and they're like, "What do I do with this goal?" So then they go to YouTube and they search, "How do I set up this pickup goal?"
All right. Well, what message you guys want to leave on the last note of this podcast?
I guess as it relates, we'll start with free kicks. I think, if you're interested in the knuckleball, like, just go out and do it. Like, you don't need a Jabulani, you don't need a crazy setup or anything. Like, make it accessible so you can just go out and do it and have fun with it. That's like the most important thing. And I think we touched on like a lot of, content creation and all that. I think there's a lot of value from just the art of creating that kind of gets stripped away with how social media algorithms work. There's much more of a prioritization to monetize your content. And I think what I would say is just don't be afraid to just like start things and just do them and just see where it goes and not worry about the end goal being to make a bunch of money from it.
Usually like passion, it will throw, people see it,
just enjoy yourself. Like, making money is important, obviously, but so is having balance in your life, and you don't need to direct everything toward money. You can have these other things that bring you joy, and that's also important.
How about you, bro?
Yeah, at the end of the day, the impact that you make on others, I believe, is the most important. Not just about taking things for yourself. You actually want to better the community. So whatever you do, whether it's knuckleballs, free kicks, football content, something completely different, anything really, the impact that you make on the community, something that can better the world, even by 1%, that is what makes all the difference. I say take the time to figure it out. As Garrett said, it's not about the money or the glory or any of these worldly benefits, so call them. There's a lot more in life than just all of the things we see now. I say trust in God, pursue something greater than what is seen. Pursue what is unseen, as that can be the greatest gift of all. So just keep doing your thing and enjoy life.
Great message, man. All right, thanks, guys. Knuckle it.
Knuckle it.
Knuckle it.